This is it. This is the one you've been waiting for. Put your formation debates at the side, leave your negativity at the door. We've got more killer insights, top prizes to give away, and some brand spanking new features. It's a World Cup winning lineup.
Where on earth are you from? We from England. Where you come from? Do you put the kettle on?
This is Tom and Dave's World Cup podcast England special.
Kick it.
Wow, well that was spine tingling, Tom.
Yeah, that's a bit over the top, do you think?
No, not at all, mate, because, well, like you said, this is the one, this is it, this is the England special.
Eye on England, the nation awaits.
And, well, I mean, let's get out of the way nice and early. How are you feeling, mate?
I mean, this is Roy Hodgson's biggest game. I mean, there'll be people at home going, oh, Italy 2 years ago. No, it's not. It's not some, we're not 2 years ago, it's not some half-baked Euro pop contest in Poland. This is the World Cup, Dave. And I'm sick and deaf of people having a go at England, saying that they're, having a go at Roy Hodgson, saying, we're not going to do well. I mean, come on.
Oh, Rooney's not good enough. He's not getting him off. Shut up.
Just get behind the team, all right? Because this is the World Cup in Brazil, the second home of football. England's the first home, Badil didn't make that up in his song. And this is his biggest game. If we don't win tomorrow, Dave, against Uruguay, it's going to be a travesty.
It certainly is, mate. It certainly is.
It
could be the end of this podcast.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm out if you don't qualify tomorrow. If you don't beat Uruguay.
I wish you were in the dressing room tomorrow, mate, because my heart is pounding.
Yeah. Right. Ran over, but England special is Eye on England.
Right, well, let's, before we get on with some of the classic features, I'm going to take you through some of Tom. Imagine this.
Yeah.
I'm in my daily routine. I get a little email. It's from what I think is an adoring fan.
Was it from an adoring fan?
Oh, was it? Fuck, mate. It's from Dan Hamer. I think you remember him from earlier shows. He was actually putting a nice question for us about Joe Hart.
Rings a bell.
Yeah, well, you're going to want to forget him after this, mate. I opened it up, and I mean, I'm showing you this email now. Look how long that is.
He's shaking, listeners. He's absolutely shaking.
I'm not going to bore you listeners with the absolute dross in this email, but basically he's banging on. He's saying the calls weren't good enough last night. Pete Kelly sounds like he's in a strip club, and the other little lad starts giggling. He wasn't giggling. He was crying. Well, I mean, I'm absolutely sick of it. I'm there at my desk. That's gone.
Put it in the bin.
I'm fuming. I'm thinking, why even bother carrying on with this podcast when we've got disrespectful people like that?
Should we ban him?
I think we ban him. Dan Hamer, don't get in touch.
Dan Hamer, banned. Right.
And but you know what? And then my faith was restored.
Why?
Because a lovely man by the name of Sam comes back with something.
Who's he emailed? Where's he emailed from? Sam from Manchester.
Sam from Manchester, that's the one. He comes back with, I'm not saying like people are getting inspired by our podcast. That's the last thing I'm saying. Yeah. But he comes back with a little poem.
Oh.
Which I'm going to recite for us now.
That's sweet.
Dan Hamer, who's to blame her? Tom and Daver, who did us a favour, filling our ears with fresh World Cup flavour, is something you should start to savour. Now please behave her.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's what it's all about for me.
Thanks, Sam. Somewhat of a rap battle starting there, Dave.
Looks like it, mate.
I'd love to see what Dan Hamer's got to say about that. Has he got a poetic response?
Although he is banned from the show.
Look, Dan, if you want to email in your response to Sam Wiles' public slamming, cussing of you over the airwaves, then get in touch and we'll let you back on.
All right, on to the next thing then, and should we go match focus?
Yeah, I'll give them some match focus. Maybe some more in-depth match focus. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that we're not going into enough detail on match focus.
No, just giving scores and goal scorers.
Yeah, considering it, it's the flagship of this podcast.
Okay, well let's try a bit harder this one. You can carry this one, Tommy boy. It's match focus.
Dave Farthing's match focus, match focus, match focus, match
focus. Alright, match focus today. This is going to be a little bit strange actually, but we're focusing on a match that hasn't even finished yet.
Spain, Chile.
Now we're recording this at half time. What a half! And 2 goals, fantastic. 1 goal, absolute standout brilliance from young Vargas.
Yeah, well, don't give him all the praise. It was a team goal.
It was a team goal.
It was a great team goal, and it just shows pace, power, victory. Chile. Heard it here first.
I feel that was focused enough.
Yeah.
Little shout out to Holland, Australia as well, which was a fantastic game.
Yeah. Should have probably done that one.
Yeah, we probably should have, but...
Goal of the tournament, Tim Cahill.
Oh, Van Persie-esque, ironically.
Yeah. Right, what's next on the agenda, Dave?
I think we've got a brand new feature actually, mate, for the England special.
I haven't seen this one.
I've got a little jingle for it, let me just find it here. Stat Attack with TP.
Whew, one hell of an opening. Thanks, Dave. Stat Attack. Right, I've got a great stat for you here. A bit of history, actually. History of Adidas and Puma.
Okay.
So, a long time ago, Dave, back in 1924, a couple of bros called Rudolf and Adolf.
Okay.
They're actually Nazis.
Ooh, and they're very Nazi-ish names.
Yeah, Rudolf less so, but he's a friendly reindeer, isn't he? Yeah. But they were brothers, and they set up in 1924. They set up the Dazzler factory, which made sporting goods.
Oh, what sporting goods are they?
Just like football boots and trainers and sporting tops.
Cool.
Until 1925, they had a huge argument.
Jesus.
Which resulted in them going their separate ways.
Okay.
They split up, and Adolf formed Adidas, and Rudolf formed Puma, and that's how those brands came about.
That is mental.
Yeah. And little side stat attack, Henry VIII had a pair of velvet football boots.
Alright,
Just thought I'd throw that in there at the end.
That's fantastic. Leads me on to our next email nicely, actually, from young Rick Bowker. Doesn't say where he's from. Rick Bowker, nice and short, this one. Says, following on from your discussion regarding Joe Hart in your second podcast, with David claiming he was passionate, it got me thinking, is his real name actually Charles?
What? Joe Hart?
Is Joe Hart's real name Charles?
What, Joe Hart?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I thought, Tom. I thought about it and I thought, well, no, because his name's Joe Hart.
With a J?
With a J. And the rest of the names.
So how can we find out?
Well, I actually took to the internet, did a little bit of Googling. Turns out it's called Charles.
He's not.
It is, mate. It's called Charles Hart.
Charles Hart?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a bombshell, that is.
That's
that's an exclusive for this podcast, I think.
Yes. Yeah,
Charles Hart.
We broke the news.
I wonder why I chose Joe.
I think it's Joe's middle name.
Oh, right, okay. No, good stat, that.
Alright, okay, cool.
Oh, diddle me this, did you drop me that? It's competition time.
Competition for you today, listeners. Up for grabs is a Brazil mug. The question today, find it here, is it Jayan or Gayan? So.
What, as in the Ghanaian player?
Yeah.
The Ghanaian forward?
So just email your answers with either Jayan or Gayan to TNT World Cup Podcast at gmail.com.
And we'll pick a winner tomorrow, will we?
We'll pick a winner tomorrow. So so in tomorrow's show, as you're listening to this, you could be proud owner of a Brazil mug.
That's Gyan or Jayan?
Do you know, Tom?
I've got no idea.
I know we said yesterday, after this feature, I think you instantly said, Tom, that we'll probably never do it again.
What was that?
That's World Cup from a Woman's View,
Oh, yeah.
which we didn't think went well, but apparently, went down a bit of a storm.
Okay.
So we've got another guest on today, who I'm going to call momentarily. Just do a little jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that! It's Woman's Watch.
We got the jingle.
It's the World Cup from a woman's point of view. Oh, it's a nice coloured shirt.
All right, okay.
Who's got on the line, Dave?
We've got on the line a young woman called Kerry Reid. I'm just gonna call her now.
Is she a big fan, is she? Big fan of the sport?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the podcast.
Okay. It's always good to hear.
She should be on standby.
Hello.
Hi, is that Kerry Reid?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Kerry. This is Dave from Tom and Dave's World Cup podcast.
Oh, hi.
You're the guest today on a World Cup from a Woman's View.
Thanks.
You enjoying it?
I'm honoured.
Well, you should be, yeah.
How are you enjoying the World Cup so far, Kerry?
I can't say I've watched an awful lot of it because I keep falling asleep.
Well, yeah. They are on quite late, aren't they?
They must clash with Sex and the City, eh? Anyway, we've got a question for you today. So, I believe the other day you were at ITV's, is it Fever Pitch?
Fever Pitch, yeah.
Yeah, the only outdoor screen in the UK. So you must have been excited to be there. You must be a real fan. You're watching the Greece game. There's a free kick, and the referee takes out the foam that we've all become very fond of.
Which I was not aware of.
Okay, he draws a line on the pitch, and you say, "Is that goal line technology?"
Wow. I've never seen it before, and I wasn't sure if it was
Okay,
just like...
enough from her.
Gone, is she?
She's gone, mate.
Seems harsh, but fair, in my opinion.
She was rambling again.
Shut up, hang up, fuck off. Right, next.
Jesus.
Let's bring back the quality.
That is the last time we do that.
I thought you brought in a system for these kind of callers. Sure, we rang her, but... Right. Moving swiftly on.
Hang on, we've got an email actually from someone who's been waiting for a... Have we got an email? Yeah, he's been waiting for a certain segment in particular.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy, Paul from Disbury. Hi T&D, really enjoying the show so far. I like the sporadic structure and emotive jingles. Oh, thanks, Paul. As you know, the BBC and ITV have been heavily investigated in the pundits for this World Cup. I wanted to know which is your favourite and which has been the biggest disappointment so far. So I'll leave it out to you, Dave.
It's time for Pundit Watch. We're watching the pundits, they're watching the football, but we're watching the pundits in Pundit Watch. Ooh.
Thanks, mate. That was nice on the spot stuff, that.
Thanks, mate. I do actually have an opinion on this.
Okay.
I didn't until moments ago, but watching the first half of that Spain-Chile game, still 2-0.
Yeah.
Mark Lawrence, yeah, he was actually pointing out stuff that I hadn't noticed,
Okay.
and that for me is what it's all about.
Right.
So I'm
Great. Killer insight.
so,
He was pointing out stuff to notice.
so, in terms of punditry, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Worst pundit?
Phil Neville, you got an opinion on him? People seem to be kicking off.
Oh, just leave him alone. You know, he's done nothing wrong.
Yeah,
he has, but, you know.
He's having a go, isn't he?
He's trying. It's his first go. We all make mistakes.
Alright, good. Well, I hope the fans are happy with that, because they've really fucking been banging on about getting that one out of us.
Yeah. We've got Cooking with Dave to come up later. I believe you've got a Ghanaian curry for us. You're going to run us through a quick recipe, are you? I don't really sure what's written down here, but...
I mean, I could do.
Well, no, it's just it's in the programme, so can't disappoint.
Yeah.
Cooking with Dave.
Yeah, fair.
Come Zidane with me. We might call that a bit.
Oh. I like that.
Off the cuff.
I suppose that just leaves us with one last feature. They know what it is. You know what it is, Tom.
TP Bet. He gets his odds from the internet. He doesn't really know what he's doing. Right, thanks, Dave. It's a short and sweet one today, and that is as follows. I've been backing them for a while now. I said 2 episodes ago, that they win the World Cup.
You've been saying it for weeks, mate.
They're 2-0 up against Spain, so I'm backing Chile to get to the World Cup final, but I'm not backing them to necessarily win it. It's a World Cup final. Chile to the World Cup final, you can get 12-1 on Sky Bet. So get your monies on, is what I'm saying.
I will, mate. I will. Well, it does look like we actually can't fit in cooking with come Zidane with me.
Zidane.
So that people can look forward to that one. So I'm going to leave you with something for tomorrow to get yourself psyched up.
Yeah.
I'm not taking credit for this, even though we are a heavily poem-based podcast at the moment.
Yeah. So what have you got for us?
This is The Nation's Prayer. Ooh. R. Hodgson, who art in Henderson, Lambert be thy banes. James Milner come, Jack Wilshere be done, Oxlade as it is in Chamberlain. Give us this day our Danny Welbeck, and forgive us our Phil Joneses, as we forgive those who Phil Jones against us. Raheem was not into Glenn Johnson, but deliver it to Stevie, for Wayne is the Lampard, the Sturridge and the Barkley, Lallana, Amen.